several legal awareness programs, to conduct new courses and orientation programs, and also to help in coming up of new PhD programs. With great joy and pleasure, I now request Dr. P.P. Chellathurai, the Vice-Chancellor of Madurai KAMARAJ University, to deliver the special address.
Most Honorable Chief Guest of this illustrious function of this fine morning, Honorable Justice Dr. Mrs. Vimala Ji, Honorable Justice Mr. Nagamuthu Ji, Honorable Justice Mrs. Nisha Banu Ji, the outstanding present President of MMBA, and a gentleman to the core, Thiru Swamidurai Ji, the dynamic General Secretary of MMBA, Advocate Alaguram Jodi, the President of the Women's Advocate Association of the Madurai Bench of the Madras High Court, and the Senior Counsel, Mrs. Krishnaveni Ji, the Vice President of the MMBA, Advocate Harold Singh, the past Presidents of MMBA, particularly the Senior Advocate Mr. Isaac Mohan Lal, other Senior Advocates of the Principal Court, and also the Madurai Bench of the Madras High Court, the rising young advocates of the High Court and the Supreme Court, the officers of this university, my registrar, Dr. Chinaya, the syndicate members, the deans of Faculty of Science and Humanities, and heads of departments and faculty members from the various schools of the Madurai KAMARAJ University, ladies and gentlemen. It's my privilege to be in our midst on this historic occasion to share a few of my thoughts with you in the midst of the brilliant and outstanding judges of High Court of this country, none other than the Honorable Justice Dr. Mrs. Vimala Ji, Honorable Justice Mr. Nagamuthu Ji, and Honorable Justice Mrs. Nisha Banu Ji. And friends, indeed, today is a red letter day in the annals of this great university, upcoming to be one of the top 200 universities in the world. And these days, in order to fulfill that promise I have given to the Honorable Governor, Chancellor of this university, and the government of Tamil Nadu, I have been making Himalayan efforts to visit various universities abroad to sign MOUs with them, and today we are making a new history by a new initiative in forging and making an MOU with the Madurai Bench of the Madras High Court Bar Association, which has a great tradition of excellence and eminence in the field of jurisprudence. And this MMBA is a forerunner, a torch bearer, and a path maker in taking the benefits of the highest law of the country, that's the constitution of the country, to the common masses, particularly in the 6 lakhs villages across this great nation, which the father of the nation, Mahatma Ji, said, the India lives in its villages. So they are the backbone of the country, and the Constitution, which has made provision for the High Courts and the Supreme Court, had the vision, had a prophetic application and perception that it is only through the Supreme Court and the High Courts, the youngest democracy, the largest democracy in our nation, which became a republic on 26th of January 1950, will protect and promote the parliamentary democracy system by wielding the power of judicial review. And it is this power of the judicial review which has enabled the Supreme Court and High Courts of this great country to defend the democracy. And whenever there were crises, the High Courts and Supreme Court risen to the occasion and protected the parliamentary democracy. And it is a great champion of upholding the rights of the common people. And Article 21 of the Constitution has been interpreted in a historic way on so many occasions, and the individual's rights to life is protected in a very commendable manner. And it is against this backdrop, this program is being jointly organized by MMBA and the Madurai KAMARAJ University. It is an urgent aspiration of this university to build a bridge between the academic community and the legal fraternity in this part of the country, so that the benefits can be made available to the larger people at the grassroots level, and also people belonging to the various cross sections of the society. So therefore, rightly, as the MMBA is desirous of taking the legal awareness program, legal literacy program further forward upward, then this university responded positively to sign an MOU which will have a number of features, and I am certain that this MOU being signed is going to be launched in the presence of the brilliant judges. We have 3 great judges with a great mind and a human heart, and very kind heart and human touch. And their presence is a source and a force of inspiration to the university and also to the MMBA to make the program really effective, systematic, progressive, and promotive to the cause of the public at large. And friends, the Madurai KAMARAJ University has a commitment. It has a great commitment to see that it will connect itself with all the organizations which has a say and a stake in the governance of the universities and in the governance of the country. So therefore, on this special occasion, on behalf of the Vice-Chancellor and the syndicate of the university, I extend again a very, very warm welcome to all the dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, and the participants in the 2 days seminar, and also our own students and teachers who are present here for the inaugural function. And the MOU is getting ready. It will be now commissioned by our honorable judges, and this will be certainly throwing a lot of light in the field of law and justice, in the sense that with the help of 1.5 lakh students in studies in the university as well as in the affiliated colleges, it will be taken to the common people. The university has adopted 421 villages in 4 districts with a plan to plant 10 lakh saplings, 9 lakh saplings in the 421 villages through 40,000 NSS volunteers available in the 100 colleges affiliated to this university, and 1 lakh saplings in the Madurai KAMARAJ University campus, where we are going to develop a 90,000 neem tree forest, which is in its anvil. And friends, now the government of India has launched 3 flagship programs, the Clean India, Green India, and the Make in India. And Madurai KAMARAJ University, in pursuance to its commitment to cultivate in the minds of the young students the habit of having a clean home, the habit of having a green home, and also to be more productive and more enterprising, so that they need not be all the time job seekers, they can be job makers. So in the 421 villages being adopted by the university, we are planting not less than 2,000 saplings in the villages. Our faculty members are visiting the villages to teach them in English, in mathematics, in other subjects, so that their level of understanding and learning can be raised to the level of their counterparts in the urban pockets of Tamil Nadu. And friends, the government of India, the HRD ministry, sent an inspection commission here in this university 2 months back, and they found this university with the cleanliness, and therefore we have been awarded the national second rank in Swachh Bharat scheme, and for which our teachers, our students, and administrative staff worked tirelessly and sincerely. And therefore, certainly, Madurai KAMARAJ University is now gaining in confidence. It is moving from strength to strength to see that this university will also be emerging as a university of eminence, wherein the government of India will give 1,000 crore, but I need only 100 crore to make this university one of the top 200 universities in the world. To make it to be so, I am planning to establish a science park at a cost of 50 crore in a 50-acre complex, and also a world-class auditorium, multi-purpose auditorium with an area of 40,000 square feet, where 2,000 people can be accommodated in the ground floor, and in the first floor 4 seminar halls of international standard, and a food court which can accommodate 500 participants is going to be made. And you will be really happy to know that all the 82 conventional classrooms which this university is having to offer 41 postgraduate degree programs are now becoming the smart classrooms, so that the Google, like eagle, now start enabling the students to stand on their own legs, as decided by Swami Vivekananda, who said the purpose of the higher education not only character building, not only widening the horizon of knowledge, but strengthening the mind. Because the minds are not strengthened, particularly the girl students, they commit suicide, not able to face a small disappointment, not able to face even a small challenge in their life. And the last one, Swamiji said, the most important thing is strengthening the mind, then enabling a youth, enabling a student to stand on his or her own legs. And Madurai KAMARAJ University has adopted these principles of great leaders, great thinkers, great achievers, to see that every student studying in the colleges and this university will now start moving from being an ordinary person to an extraordinary person. I mean, they will emerge as leaders, winners, and achievers in the days to come, availing the type of facilities we are creating. And very soon we are going to dedicate a centralized language laboratory with 300 system, which will be available for the students of this campus to be used from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. without any restriction. And in the same building, in the ground floor, we will have a centralized computer laboratory with 300 system, which will also be available for the student community, the research scholars, the MPhil scholars, the teachers of this university to use it for their advantage from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. free of cost. So these are all the flagship programs of this university being newly initiated in order to match the standards being set by the international ranking agency, the QS International Ranking Agency, and with this against this backdrop, we are now entering into an MOU with the MMBA, which is representing the legal fraternity, the most mighty institution in this country, as wished by the Constitution, is the judiciary, particularly the high courts and the Supreme Courts. Certainly, this MOU will facilitate a lot of new programs which will cover people who are not yet covered with reference to be it legal literacy or legal awareness, so on and so forth. With these few words, I congratulate and appreciate the leaders of the MMBA who has displayed their vision and wisdom to sign this agreement with the Madurai KAMARAJ University, which I consider will be a trendsetter, not only in this part of the country, but all over the country. Why not? It may even transcend our borders and boundaries and reach to the international community. And friends, I told that today is a red letter day because for the first time in the history of this university, we have 3 brilliant judges participating in the program. What a great blessing from the Almighty that this university has got this privilege to have our 3 great judges, and they are all great judges, known for their landmark judgments, and the mind is great, the heart is so kind, they are able to deliver judgments which are empowering the marginalized, the weaker sections, and the needy. And I thank the Almighty God for having showered the blessings on every one of us today through this program. May this light which come from the MMBA and the university continue to light our life still better, greater, and longer. And with these few words, I thank every one of you for this good opportunity. Thank you all.